Ooh, what's up, citizens of Harrenhal? It's going to get spooky.
Love that.
The ghosts are coming out to play, and I have weird beverages for you to drink.
What?
She gave him a weird drink, and then he woke up the next day at a meeting.
Oh, yeah, I was like...
It's like, what the heck? What happened? He saw his dead wife? That shit was wild. My name's Nerdy.
And I'm Clarus.
And this is Who's the Dragoon,
Hell
episode 5. We should be getting to the halfway point of the season, but we've already passed it because for some reason this season is 2 episodes shorter than season 1, and we're in the back half.
Yeah, I don't know what everyone's obsession is with 8-episode seasons, but here we are.
I hate it. Rhaenys died. It's sad. Who do you think's gonna die this episode?
I don't know. I feel like that was a big death last episode, so I don't... my guess is that no one dies this episode.
That is probably not going to
Probably
happen. I'm really curious if Aegon's alive. I've been really careful online. I think it's been hinted at that he is alive.
He literally fell out of the sky.
I know.
If he is alive, that's going to be weird.
I don't know. Let's see. Let's dive in. If you want the flank through action, go to patreon.com/nerdynightly. But if you don't, stay here because you are already here. And it's about to begin.
Guard them as a dragon guards her eggs.
Ooh.
You were right about the eggs.
Yeah, some people don't like that. I actually think it's really smart.
Yeah.
I think as a choice of when did these eggs get lost overseas? This is such a tumultuous time period for the family.
Yeah. And also, it is like a small connection to the distant future, right?
It also doesn't matter at all.
Well, because apparently...
I get that it's different than the books, but it's...
No, apparently George R. R. Martin hasn't said where they came from. It's not like...
But they are Dreamfire's eggs, which I think is the, timing problem of them all, of it, but...
Oh.
I haven't read Fire and Blood, so I don't actually understand what the issue is. Mm-hmm. Someone in the comments will
Send
listen.
me, Your Grace.
Oh, don't show her dying again.
It's an epic battle, though.
Oh, fuck yeah. It is crazy that the only person who knows that he did that is Aemond and Sir Criston Cole. And no one else is aware.
Aware of what?
That Aemond fucking Dracarys the shit out of him. Out of the king.
I don't know if Kristen knows that.
In the shot, he would watched it, cut to him, watching it. In the episode before. Someone said that this opening looks more like bandages being filling with blood after you wrap them around a wound. And they're right. But what is a tampon if not a bandage that a woman puts on a wound once a month?
It is not, definitely not that.
I know, I'm trying to rescue my joke and there's just no rescuing it.
No.
It wasn't great
let
then.
it die.
I don't let things die. I kind of beat a dead horse into the ground. Ooh, what's up in her? At some point I'm going to stop doing that.
I love that, you started doing that right at the very beginning. And then, a couple months in, there was a period of people who were like, what is this ooh thing? What the fuck is this? And now it's just become so much part of the content that, people, are here for it.
I don't think that's it at all. We used to get complaints all the time from the beginning, and then we upgraded our mics. And so the peaking of me yelling at the beginning of the videos got better because our mic doesn't have the aggressive highs.
Yeah, you also would do more unhinged versions of it.
But but I also do weird shit now. But people don't lose their minds as much because I think it was those, the AT2020 mics, the Audio-Technicas. I think that the sound coming through was why?
Yeah.
Whereas
fair.
now this mic does a better job condensing that down.
Yeah.
Because our old videos, the variance was so wild.
Right.
And it was our audio was not pleasant for a while. And then we were trying to use just this. That was bad.
Oh, God, yeah. We were figuring it out.
We still are. We need a new camera. I want 4K. 4K reactions. I want to see every pimple, every pore, every nose hair. Are we starting with another funeral? You better give us that single tear.
Slain at Brook's Rest by your king! To Aegon!
Oh, shit. all the people in that crowd are like, can we eat it?
Yeah. Yeah. What dumb
Wow.
fuckers.
I mean, not
This
really.
is-
It's kind of brilliant.
No, it's not. No, it's not. You are parading the symbol of your own power, beheaded through the streets.
Yeah, but they won. This is King's Landing has no victories right now because there's no food, there's no nothing. So at least they won the fight.
No, they are undercutting themselves so hard. So fucking hard.
Strange victory. If it was one.
Yeah. I'm not saying I necessarily think it's going to work. I'm saying my point is they don't have a lot of wins to like parade right now. So like I understand why they're doing this as an attempt to garner some sort of, I don't know. You're probably right.
Yeah, once the people stop revering dragons, they're gonna remember how hungry they are.
The flies. They still have those fucking rat catchers up?
It seems like a really
This
pleasant
fucking guy's
place.
so confident. Seem pleasant place to what? Sorry, babe.
Oh, just like a pleasant place to be right now.
Oh.
Is Aegon in that crate?
I'm assuming so. They're
'Cause they
trying to
can't
make him
show
as
people. Yeah.
They're trying to make him as invisible as possible. He's alive. Okay.
What do you mean he's alive?
There wouldn't be slits in the crate for air if he was dead. Right?
I just figured it was what they had.
No, that's a palanquin. That's not a coffin. He's being carried because he's alive.
Literally how? I'm sorry.
The dragon might have taken the brunt of the fall, right?
Yeah, but you're still falling on the dragon.
Yeah, but maybe like one big wing beat right near the end saves you. I'm so sorry, Helena. You deserve so much better.
Yeah.
You are truly the
like,
most innocent of us all.
I know.
But why would you take him up to his bedroom if he was dead? You know what I mean?
I mean, I just figured if they needed him to see a doctor, they'd be hurrying. But unless Christian Cole had the foresight to bring a maester with him, but I doubt that.
Okay. Oh, Anakin.
Remains with us. For the moment.
Really?
You are my brother, Aemond. Oh!
Yeah.
Oh, it's like fused to his flesh. And it has been for weeks.
Weeks.
From Rook's Rest to here?
I thought the point was that it was close, but
Well, I'm assuming they can't hard ride, right? They have to go slow, or else he dies. Oh my god.
Is my son going to die?
I'm afraid I cannot say. Now, if you'll excuse me, Your Grace, these next hours are most critical.
We need to call in McSteamy. We need a full plastics team ASAP.
oh my god. Wow. That was just in full view.
That noise. Reminded me when I had my nose reset one time.
Oh god.
She did a great job. It's like very straight.
Yeah.
She had a spoon.
Someone will have to rule in his stead.
What's interesting is I don't think that Aemond wants to. I think he was looking at his mom to be like, I want to go to war. I want to keep fighting. You do the ruling.
What was his part in this?
I could not say.
It's a terrible lie.
Yeah.
Privy to the strategies of battle or their execution.
There has been peace in our lifetime. You've seen no more battles than I have.
Okay, got him.
Yeah, well. Unless you call your little spats war.
Except Kristen Cole, like whatever he fought in the Dornish, whatever, right?
Oh, yeah.
It is interesting. He is the best suited for all of this because he's done something, not to the scale, but
Then I myself must do it.
My queen, you are the crown. It is out of the question.
What would you have me do?
There it is.
I mean, hitting while Vagar's recovering is a pretty bold.
It's bold, yeah.
But you can take 3 dragons. They're smaller, but...
You would lose somebody at least. You would enter that fight knowing that not everyone's coming out.
I don't know. I don't know who's taking a dragon down. There's only 1 dragon rider in King's Landing.
She will not like it.
Then don't tell her. Not until I'm away.
Great things happen
When you keep secrets.
when you go to the phrase.
Oh god, yeah.
They pull out their violins.
We choose fire.
What a shot!
Wow.
That was
Be so
stunning.
eager to die.
They made their choice.
Jesus.
You should have indulged them.
I need them alive.
Oh,
I came here to raise swords, not corpses.
Oh, Damon? Restraint?
he meets 2 ghosts and suddenly he's like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Exactly the kind of men I need. There are things that Crown itself must not be seen to do. Show them your worst.
I am your servant, Your Grace.
I like this side of Damon. This is fun.
I
He's more interesting when he's not just breaking things. You know what I mean?
Sure. That armor though as well, like
I know, it's gorgeous.
just in full light, it's glorious.
I've really enjoyed the costumes this season.
Me too.
Especially as they've gotten away from kind of the main Targaryen cast.
Yeah.
Then she has exceeded your terms. She sent 2. Both still wet from the egg. I have hunting hounds that are more fearsome.
They are dragons nonetheless. In time.
I don't have time. I mislike feeling powerless.
You kind of do. Like, no one's making a move on the Eyrie.
The name of every lord and castle between Storm's End and the Twins, but not the difference between Hilt and Foible. And they know it. And Damon as well.
Shall your evening meal be served here, Your Grace?
Not now.
Just doing my job. Fuck you too.
The king has fallen. They whisper to each other that when Viserys lived, there was peace.
But will whispers tear down stone?
Maybe.
Yes. No. Yeah.
What you cannot do, let others do for you. There is more than one way to fight a war.
They had the ships. If the citizens of King's Landing think that the only way they're going to get fed is if Rhaenyra brings food.
Yeah. And if she does bring food.
Well, she can, yeah.
Yeah.
She was fierce. In love and in anger. She did not always care for me.
Damon. You were always the strong one. The finest swordsman.
Who the fuck is that?
Is it what Damon thinks he would look like as a woman?
Great love in his heart.
It looks kind of like Emma, but I don't think it is. Like, it looks like her, but it's not her.
Is it his mom? Is this like an
God.
Oedipus thing? Or is it just Alice Rivers in a white wig?
My favorite son.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
There's also goose, if you prefer it.
What did she give him to drink?
The bats have made the corridors almost impassable with the quantity of their
shit.
It's called guano.
Perhaps she could provide the necessary coin, if you could only write to her.
No. Paranor is my command. I shall guarantee the payment myself.
You carry that on you, Damon? In a saddlebag?
What would you call the husband of the Queen?
Well, the king.
There it is, then.
Consort.
That last bit seems unnecessary, don't you think?
A wise strategy, Your Grace. A regency will assure the people of the stability of the crown.
Not if you can't feed him.
The obvious choice is his immediate successor, Prince Aemond.
Aemond is young. And his lack of restraint has already cost us dearly.
That's your son.
She's not wrong.
I know, but she's the worst mom.
Yeah.
I agree, Your Grace. It must be Prince Aemond. What would it say if, in response to Rhaenyra's crowning, we raised up a woman of our own?
Ooh.
But the hand speaks with the king's voice, Sir Criston. What say you?
Your boy or his mom, who's also your bedfellow?
Aemond is the next in line. It must be him.
They're gonna have the hottest, angriest sex after this.
Alicent, you put yourself in this position.
Plucked by our enemy.
You basically destroyed the realm to put your son in that chair, and now one of your other sons is in that chair, and you're like...
She, to be fair, she didn't destroy the realm. Her dad made all those plans that she had no idea.
That would not have happened except that she overheard something and mistranslated it.
No, they would have happened anyways.
I don't know. I don't know what the impetus for Aegon would have been king would have been.
Oh yeah, no. Otto would have staged a coup anyways.
Yeah.
She just gave them a reason for it.
Yeah.
We shall meet again at first light. When someone cut down the fucking rat catchers.
Maybe he won't be that bad at the job. Can you imagine? That's where the show goes, where people are like, God, Aemond was kind of a great king.
Look, here's the thing. Aemond is definitely a better choice than Aegon, for sure.
I don't know. He's too bloodthirsty.
Yeah, but Aegon is just stupid.
No.
My brother will have room.
You would have me turn beggar.
Is he a Targaryen?
I thought he was the Smith. But...
I know, but his hair color's just really throwing me off.
The king has promised payment.
The king has lied.
Yeah, well, the king, he's asleep, so... Yeah, no, he is like a Smith.
No, I know he is a Smith. I'm just saying, is he also, like, a lesser Targaryen?
Stay and wait for his empty promises, husband. With them, you can feed the mouths of ghosts.
Mic drop.
Wow.
That's a killer line.
Wow. Oh, God.
Oh, the dog is still follow. Oh, my God.
We have given the war to the dragons. The dragon rider should lead us.
I actually get that.
Yeah.
Will you preside over it? Is this who you are, Alison?
You did not ask me, man. And I did not give you leave to speak my name.
I like this change in him.
It's certainly interesting.
I don't know that the White Worm's gonna have to do much.
Yeah.
City might boil all on its own.
You cannot keep us here! To return to your homes! We want me!
This is gonna end poorly.
Yeah.
Smithy, get your daughter out of there.
Means death to bear steel against your liege, as I'm sure my prince is aware.
Is their table a door? That's cool.
Our fear lies in Vhagar.
You fear a dragon when mine own sits outside your walls.
Larys Strong has been relieved of his castle. Does the Queen intend to raise up a new lord?
At least send a raven.
My mother will want more than your crossing.
Uh-oh.
I mean, the current lord of it is Laris. Like,
No,
well, actually, it's Daemon, but
here's the thing, though. Harrenhal's a mess.
I know.
Why
I'm
do
saying
they want it?
because it's like so strategically placed, right?
Yeah.
It's also large.
So they must be rich.
The Freys, yeah. I mean, they control the crossing between the north and the south.
Those are not the Freys.
That was the Freys.
No,
That's who we went to go visit.
No, he literally said, like, he literally called, like, the phrase, he literally insulted them at the table. It was one of the first things he said.
Yeah, those were the Freys. They control the crossing. That's why he's there.
No, we're gonna have to go back.
I mean, we'll do it later, but those are the Freys. That's who he told his wife he was gonna go see. Who did you think they were?
I don't know, but they insulted the phrase.
Sit.
God, he does like when women are mean to him.
These are crimes against the innocent that any upright man would repudiate.
Surely you haven't mistaken me for an upright man.
Is that the kind of army you would raise? Men who hate you?
Yeah.
In the name of power, it's the weak and the women who must endure.
That fool Aegon is unlike to survive.
Unfortunately, yeah.
But I'll cross you no further. I'm sure your tactics are, after all, approved by the Queen.
And if you lose?
Then I'll be dead. And none of this will be my problem.
It's a pity, don't you think, that you never knew your mother?
I mean, he knows it biblically now.
Call Sir William here so that I might congratulate him. The Blackwoods will be feted in these halls.
Damon. He's such a little bitch.
He's effective, though.
I mean more that he's like, no, I'm the king. Like,
yeah.
Pledge your peace to King's Landing, then. They will accept it most gleefully.
Rather, I would sail into the west and be lost.
You have done so before, at great cost to yourself and those who loved you. In Dragonfire, the way my mother chose, and the way I myself wish to meet my end.
Well, like, not soon. You're very young.
Yeah, down the road somewhere.
I will see Rhaenyra ascend the Iron Throne as Rhaenys wished. As Rhaenys herself should have.
God, everyone would have been better off.
I would make you my heir.
Yeah, there it is. There it is.
I am blood and fire. Driftmark must pass to salt and sea.
Oh, shit.
Even she's like, you have sons. Give it to one of them.
No, but it was... She doesn't know that Rhaenys wanted her to
I know.
have it. But, yeah, I get it.
She's like, have you seen your bastards? They are handsome. They are fit. They are tall. You did good. Other than the cheating.
But I will not send a message by Raven for Daemon to disregard. I ask you to reason with him.
Oh, that's all.
Whether he means to raise a host for me or for himself.
He would not dare.
Have you known Daemon to lack in daring? Tell him I would much like to finish our last conversation.
Your Grace.
His nose has been broken. That thing. I thought this episode was gonna have some combat in it. I thought there was gonna be like a post Rhaenys' death kind of retribution moment.
Oh.
It's been a little slow, not like in a bad way, in a very deliberate like. The first dragons have been put on the field, and nobody really knows how to move after that. It's interesting.
Yeah. This is kind of what I expected to be honest.
What godless hour is it?
The wolf. They are demanding to speak presently.
We might get some combat after all.
Beasts proudly carried the banner of House Targaryen. Red dragon on black.
You fucked that up.
Yep. Where did they get banners so fast? They just have seamstresses fucking everywhere?
I don't think banners are that hard to find.
Well, no, these are new ones, right?
That is a lie, and I will have the man who told it brought before me.
Oh, your man is half the kingdom, my prince.
This is a dream.
I don't think it is. Nice shot. I really don't know where that plotline's going.
I think it's about to be messy.
Yeah.
I thought she was dead.
Would she die without collecting her due? I must see an old friend.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, she really has got
Clever.
her fingers in all the pies.
It's almost raining as hard as it was this afternoon.
Melinda. Damn.
Oh. I didn't recognize her when she showed up earlier in the season.
No, but I recognized her there.
Yeah. Let's go. It's gonna cut him immediately.
The chair?
Aegon can fucking lounge on it like the biased of bisexuals, but Aemon is gonna sit down and just get like a little nick right on his booty hole, and it's gonna be like he has hemorrhoids for the rest of the show.
Oh my god. Aemon is just cursed with hemorrhoids.
Was it worth the price?
Ooh. Your sister has visions. He has all of his extremities.
Yeah.
Like, he might be able to walk again once all that heals. Provided they're able to, like, fight off infection, but...
Yeah.
Prince Jacaerys, Your Grace.
Where the fuck have you been?
Vhagar's first rider. And the first wielder of Dark Sister.
I hope you do not mean to use her as an example.
Why shouldn't I?
Oh, it was a long time ago.
He's such a himbo.
Then why do you look angry?
Because every man is trying to go around her.
Yeah.
Your dragon is young. Will you fly before Vhagar as Luke did?
Wow.
Vhagar is big, but Syrax is quicker.
So was Meleys.
Meleys fought 2 dragons and one of them is slain.
Well, maybe. I don't believe Sunfire's dead.
The dragon will only accept a dragon lord to ride it. Also say the histories.
Valyrian histories. Written to gild us in glory.
That might be my favorite moment from him this whole season.
Yeah.
There are records here, surely, of our line, and of those who fell out of it.
Oh my god, it's the opposite of trying to find all of King Baratheon's bastards. We gotta find the bastards, guys.
It's a mad sword.
Go in there and just try and talk to the dragon real quick, okay?
Hey, yeah, so, 2 things are gonna happen. Either you're gonna die, or you get to ride a fucking dragon.
I would take the risk. I'm just saying, I'd do it. Hands down.
Correct.
No questions asked.
Huh. Yeah.
This one was a little slow for me.
I agree.
Yeah.
But I think necessary.
Yeah, necessary. Like, everything that happens in it has its place, for sure.
Well, and I just think that
But-
I think the final 3 episodes of this season needed... There's going to be a lot that happens, and I think that they needed to save money for that a lot, and also, there was a lot of post Aegon's illness that needed to be confronted.
Like, sorry, injury, like.
Yeah, just like the you know, there's a lot of there's unfortunately there is a lot of red tape that has to be worked through after the king falls. Now the war is because a king fell, right? But this king falling in the middle of it just makes things a little bit complicated. I also think that the thing that I think is holding up the whole show is kind of Daemon.
Yeah.
I find his story utterly fascinating on its own. It doesn't fit perfectly into everything else that's going on.
Yeah.
And it's sort of what I complain about when we're reading Way of Kings right now. And no spoilers about the events of Way of Kings, but introducing events that act as stalling points on other events until they can be kind of finished. And when they're going to be finished is arbitrary to the rest of the plot of the show. It's a similar feeling I'm having here, where Daemon's plotline, as interesting as it is and as well acted as it is by Matt Smith and the supporting cast around him, he is on an island by himself, but everything cannot move until they figure out that web.
Yeah, it is like frustrating, but like thematically so, and I'm in this weird place of like of feeling that, but also I think it is intentional on the writer's part, because that's how like Rhaenyra is feeling in a way, right? This like frustration and this stalling, and what the fuck is Daemon doing? Because that's what I'm like, bro, what is going on over here? And I think that it is effective in the way that informs that informs the characters around and like the general feeling, but I am still finding it frustrating, which isn't like the best feeling, and so it's like, yeah, I'm a little like torn on it.
I think part of the struggle for the writers in writing this show is, in season 1, it was about, we can jump as much time as we need to get to the most important beats. We only need to show the most important moments in history because we're going to jump 10 years in the next episode anyway. And this is, we kind of need the audience to understand the implications of what we are saying, more so than I think even in Game of Thrones, right? Like, and I don't know that they're always being the most successful at that. If you asked me what happened between the Brackens and the Blackwoods in this episode, and I had to say which side was which, I actually don't know that I could. I can't tell them apart to save my fucking life.
The Blackwoods was the guy in the red who is loyal to the Targaryens, and they attacked the Brackens in like the yellow.
Yeah, and and in return, the Brackens attacked back in a way that was
attacked back.
I don't know.
No. What happens is the Blackwoods went and just basically decided to fuck shit up. Basically decided to kill a bunch of peasants and children and rape the women and like intimidate them into swearing fealty to Daemon.
And then something else happened.
What? Something else?
I think then the Blackwoods went too far.
That was too far.
No, but the original they went too far after they had already sworn fealty, I think is what the problem is.
No, the Brackens have not sworn fealty.
Yeah, the Bracken Lord was was like prepared to swear fealty.
No. They walked away, remember? And Daemon
No, after that. And then and then Daemon was like, go fuck shit up. And then the guy at Harrenhal was like, hey, the Blackwoods fuck shit up and now the guy's gonna join you, right? And then they showed up and were like, hey, fuck you. After we had already bent the knee, they burned our seps.
No, not after we'd bent the knee. No knee bending was had.
Sorry, after the promise of them bending the knee.
No.
What do you think happened?
Because the guy walked in and was like, "Oh, hey, the Brackens are here. This must be a good thing, right? They want to swear fealty, like they're here in the middle of the night." And they showed up to be like, "Hey, fuck you! You burned our seps. You raped our women. You killed our children. We're never gonna swear fealty to you."
But that was after they had already said the promise of swearing fealty had happened.
When was that?
When the fucking guy in Harrenhal told him that it was going to happen.
I think he inferred
in the scene where
that.
Alice was like, "Oh, was it worth it?"
I think he was inferring that they were coming to swear fealty because they were on their way, but
See,
not that
that's
they were
not what I
coming
think
to swear
happened.
fealty.
That's not what I think happened at all. I think, and this is what I mean by I think it was confusing. I think that they did enough to get the guy to be down to swear fealty, and then they went too far after that with the banners and burned the steps after that.
I don't.
Because all that was
so.
said was, all that was said to Daemon the first time was that they were taking individual people in the night. It was like raiding, kidnapping wives and children, right?
Mhm.
And so when that was happening, then the Brackens were like, okay, we swear. And then after that swearing, the Blackwoods went, okay, well, we're actually also going to do all this other shit.
I'm not sure why.
I felt like it was a
think that.
two-phase thing. Because there was a point in the episode where the guy was like, they're down. And Daemon was like, great, it worked. I'm super pleased. My tactics were illicit, but I'm down to do this. And then after that, something else happened that was bad. But when the guy first told him,
was a lot. I think he came over and was like, "Oh, they're coming. They're gonna swear fealty because they can't just show up without promising that they're gonna swear fealty first, right? They get fucking murdered. So they're like, yeah, sure, we're gonna come swear fealty, and they show up and they're like, fuck you, fuck your Targaryen ass. We're not swearing to you.
I think either of us could be right, but I think that the storytelling of the episode leans towards what I'm saying, that there was a change in demeanor after. Because he deliberately says they were doing these things in the night, taking individual people, and then when they show up...
No, Alice says that they are going around and like kidnapping and raping women and killing peasants.
Yeah, 100%. But then when they show up, it's like they were riding around as bands with red dragons on banners, burning our seps, doing against our sacred Bracken stuff. Those are very different events, right?
No, I believe that that's all one and the same. I believe that the Blackwoods basically raised Targaryen banners and did the most like dishonorable, reprehensive shit that they possibly could. And so the Brackens were like, okay, parlay.
See, I think that they did dishonorable stuff, and then when it worked, they were like, well, since we can do whatever we want, we'll do whatever we want. I think it was more that it escalated and not that it was one thing the whole time. I think they started with small shit, and then because it was successful, they ramped up to big shit, and that's what caused the problem. And because Daemon wasn't checking them when it was the small shit, that it became big shit that was out of his control. Was what I got from the episode.
Okay.
But anyway... not that unimportant. It is kind of what the show's about. But Daemon's... I think that part of the thing with Daemon's storyline is so much of it happens off screen.
Yeah.
And then we're just in these rooms where he's just being told stuff.
And having weird visions.
Yeah.
And not really knowing
I don't know where
what's
the visions are going.
True or not, yeah.
Because one of the problems with the visions is that I think that they're just Daemon's shit. And that when he dies at Harrenhal, that's the end of it. And so it's going to kind of be like, oh, this season was a lot about how he died. Which will probably be very interesting. But it doesn't it doesn't feel like it's moving the war forward at all. It's just kind of fucking up his story.
You think he dies this season?
I don't know if he dies this season, but he dies there. I don't think Alice is wrong.
That is a spoiler for people who haven't read shit then.
How is that a spoiler? The first thing she says in the episode is, you're gonna die here.
I mean...
That is her direct dialogue, and she's magic. How is it a spoiler to say that I think that what the show said is true?
Okay.
I don't know the future. What?
Okay.
I think that when she walks into the scene and goes, you're gonna die here, she's being honest.
All right.
How is that a spoiler?
You're just acting on the assumption that is, like, fact, and I was like, oh, do you know that for certain? Which is why I was like, there are people who watch our reactions.
No. I'm saying that I think that the first line that this character says is, you're gonna die here. And then we're shown that she's fucking magic. She's 400 years old and magic as fuck. I think she's right.
All right.
I don't think it's a spoiler to say that I'm, like, agreeing with the show.
You just like seemed like very confident that it was like a done deal.
I just don't think that the show would have said that. I think that line from a magic character is... I don't understand why it wouldn't be true. Like, that doesn't make any... Unless it was, like, the death of his desire to be king and his beginning to understand that. But, like, I also don't think Rhaenyra is going to survive to the end of the show. Like, I don't think either Daemon or Rhaenyra are king or queen at the end of this show.
No.
Right? So,
no,
like...
probably not.
when a character shows up and is like, I'm 400 years old and you're gonna die here, I just go, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
he's gonna die here. That's interesting. Why? How? You know what I mean? Like that's how he gets into it.
Yeah. All right.
I don't have any future knowledge. I don't know how he dies.
All right. I don't either.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how's a spoiler. I'm so confused.
Well, you were speaking as though like it was like something that you knew, and I was like, whoa.
I don't understand why you would put that line in the show if it meant nothing.
No, that's fair. I'm just saying that when you spoke it, it sounded like you knew something that like.
I'm 100% confident. I think the show told us that for. I think the show said that to say it. I think it was full chest. I think it was a confidence from the writers in saying,
sure,
yeah, fuck you, you're gonna die here, Daemon.
All right.
You came to you have flown to your grave, and I cannot think of, and maybe it's just because I'm not being imaginative. I can't think of a way to pay that off in a satisfying way,
right?
Without people being like, well, why did she? That's weird. Why would she start? It was her first line. If it was some random thing she said while she was fucking with him and whatnot, it would be a little bit different.
Yeah.
But it was the character's introduction to the show was like, hey, this is your tomb.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And especially with like him keep on seeing his first wife and then fucking his mom, which like.
What a time.
Yeah.
That's some Targaryen shit right there.
Yeah. Jace fucking nailed it with the phrase. Good for you, boy.
Yeah.
You did good.
Yeah, well done.
He kind of pouts his lips in a way that I find very aggressive.
No, he's a little himbo-y, but it's like
he just kind of he has like resting duck face a little bit.
Yeah, because he's got like a very pronounced arch and like upper lip.
He's just so pretty.
I know.
It's like unreal.
Yeah.
And then when he like was smiling and smirking with his mom at the end, I was like, this is so great.
Yeah.
I really loved the two of them finally like brainstorming together and creating a path forward by just by being open about their ideas. And I think like part of Rhaenyra's problem is she's not part of the problem I think with her and her council is she's not presenting any ideas for how to move forward. Like she's frustrated
but neither
with them.
Are they?
Oh, 100%.
And that's where it's like, okay, well, what do you want me to do? Okay, well, what do you want me to do? Like like these men are just blustering to say things to hear their own voices. And she's like, okay, so then what should we do? And it's like, oh, well, actually, I got nothing of value to add to this conversation. Because she's stuck. Like Daemon fucked her over so hard.
100%.
Honestly, yeah, he's gonna die. There's no fucking way.
Yeah, he is. I
like the glimpse of Jace's
dragon. I'm sorry
dragon.
I spoiled that, guys. I apologize. I didn't mean to spoil that for you.
Well, no, it was. I wanted clarification that it came from like an inference from the show and not like some other knowledge because I was confused. That's all.
No, I mean, there's one thing that I know about the future of the show because it's a line in Game of Thrones.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
I know how Rhaenyra dies. Because there is a direct line about it in Game of Thrones.
Right.
And so like I only know it because I've seen that show.
Yeah.
And unless that is not true, right? Like the one fun thing about this is that what
is recorded
is
history.
believed to be Rhaenyra's death in 300 years, or it's like 180 years, whatever it is.
Yeah.
What is believed to be her death in Game of Thrones might not be the case, especially since the book and the TV canon are different. But like the spoiler that I know about House of the Dragon is a line that I remember from Game of Thrones about Rhaenyra.
Interesting, yeah. So we'll see if they stick to it.
Yeah.
Or we'll see if they like play with the truth of it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What actually happened versus what people say happened.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I am curious, especially because we know that they're not lining up the show canon with the book canon. I am curious how much they are going to play with the canon of this. Now that George R. R. Martin has come out and the writers have come out and said that we are divorcing this slightly from the book canon, partially because the book canon isn't canon, right? It's 3 different POVs of a war that are written down histories by people who were somewhat present for the events, who have biased interpretations of what happened.
Yeah.
And so you do get sort of you know, they've cut Mushroom from the show, but who I don't actually know who that is. I just know that he's cut. I say that as if I've read the book and I know who Mushroom is. All I know is that Mushroom is a character in the books who's one of the POV writers, and they cut him. I remember them talking a lot about how he was not going to be in the show when season 1 was coming out. But because those characters aren't the POVs... What?
How would you cut a person from the show if they're the POV of later... It doesn't matter. I don't understand. It doesn't matter.
Mushroom is a bard, I think, in the books.
Okay.
Who has, like, written tales about what happened in the Dance of Dragons.
Oh, and people are like, there's no bard in this show.
Yeah, and so that character doesn't... That they did not take the character of Mushroom's POV and, like, personalize him in the show in any way, because this is from the perspectives of the Targaryens, and the book isn't.
Okay. All right.
Is my understanding, having not read it.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good. This episode was a little slow, but I think that it sets up a lot of really interesting stuff.
Yeah,
I think we're going to get some big battles.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, the one thing I want to mention before we're done. I know this has been a long post-conversation. Kristen Cole this episode really was awesome. Not, like, a great guy. I still don't like him.
Yeah.
But, like, really
Terrible
fascinating
person.
to see him be so affected by the Dragonfire. It's nice to have a character who has that perspective leaving that battle, because Aemond is so cold about it, and we don't get any of the other soldiers in that battle talking.
Yeah, I mean, Aemond flew above it all, right?
Well, and Aemond was the perpetrator of a lot of it. Aegon can't speak yet. I'm assuming he will at some point. But I also think the actor who plays Aegon is fantastic, and so I'm really excited to see what he does with the character now that he's been injured in this way, and you know, how he moves forward. I'm assuming he'll come back to being king somehow, and so how he, as a injured king, kind of handles the momentum of the country.
I just don't know how him waking up I guess, like, Aemond is dead.
What do you mean?
Aegon's gonna be like, Aemond tried to kill me.
If he remembers the events right before he was knocked unconscious for weeks.
They, like, made eye contact.
No, I don't mean if he interprets the events that way. I mean if he literally remembers what happens.
Oh, maybe.
I'm assuming he has some kind of concussion falling from the sky like that.
Yeah,
like, there's a
maybe.
good chance he does not remember leaving for that fight when he wakes up.
He was also drunk.
He was also drunk. He might not have remembered the fight either way.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I don't know. I think that Aemond might be saved by Aegon. Either, you know, not interpreting it as him attacking Aegon, or not remembering right away,
Yeah.
and those memories coming back later and becoming a plot point.
Yeah. Yeah.
I this season I've really enjoyed the actor who plays Aegon.
Yeah, he's
you know,
doing a great job.
I don't love the character because he's of what he did in season 1, but like, if you take away season 1, season 2 Aegon I just feel so bad for.
Sure. Yeah.
But you can't. He's a full life, and God, he sucks. They all kind of suck. Even Rhaenyra, none of them are like great people. You know what I mean?
What the fuck has Rhaenyra done wrong?
They're all rich lords burning peasants alive with dragons. You know, none of them are great.
Rhaenyra put herself in mortal danger.
I know, but I'm
to
just
try
like,
and prevent this war.
Just like, don't be queen. Just like, have a democracy, get a president.
Sure.
Live in your castle and be rich, and like, you know, don't burn people.
Mhm.
If you like the video, like, subscribe to the channel. If you don't, hit the dislike button. Leave me in comments down below, because the algorithm goddess hungry. We must feed her this episode. That algorithm goddess is
Baela.
Yeah, that was a great scene.
8.
Yeah.
8. It was great.
Great scene with Rhaenyra, and great scene with
Jace.
Corlys.
And Corlys.
And Jace.
Yeah. No, she's absolutely crushing it.
I'm excited for where Baela's going.
Yeah.
Also, Rhaena at the Eyrie. I thought she was going to Pentos.
So did I, for some
And
reason.
she's very much not in Pentos.
I don't know. I think
Yeah.
we both, yeah.
If you want to follow us on the internet, you can. I'm at Nerdy Nightly.
I'm at Claris Polaris.
Do something nerdy tonight.
Bye.
Bye. Maybe she was dropping the dragons off and then going to Pentos.
I don't think so.
I don't know.